So let's say you just left work or you only have an hour to drive to make as much money as possible. What are some of the strategies to do that? Well, I'm gonna go over exactly that in this ride-along video. My name is Matt. I am Mike's twin brother on his channel, Your Driver Mike. Stick around for those tips on a power hour video. I'm gonna take you along with me. All right, so let's go over some of the strategies that I mentioned. I'm here back in my home office, but we're gonna jump right back into the live examples. But number one, a big tip, don't go and drive around and try to find that perfect location if you don't have to. So I actually went online as I was leaving work and I just waited because I was relatively close to the city. And if you happen to be close to the restaurants already, go ahead and just wait there and don't waste mileage and cost on driving to the perfect location. So if you're already close enough to a good area, that's a huge advantage, and you can go online right prior to when you're free. So right before maybe your shift ends, and you can wait until you get an order. So you'll have one ready to go once that clock lets you go and you're done with your day. Tip number two is, what if I'm not around those focus areas? You know, Matt, it sounds really great, you're close to the city, but I'm not. What should I do? Well, it might make sense in your case to drive a few minutes to get to those more focused areas. But listen to this, you don't want to drive and be online, because while you're going to that focused area, that power strip, maybe it's 3 minutes away, 5 minutes away, and you know you're gonna stay there for the whole afternoon, or in this case, maybe 1 hour, you wanna maximize your earnings, right? Well, if you go online while you're going there, you might be getting orders that pull you away or outside of the city or outside of that power strip. And I've had that. I've been on the parkway, I'm going into the city, I'm really excited, and I'm getting all of these little orders around the city, but the end location where the customer is pulling me outside of the city, that end location. So it's better if you are a little bit further away, take those few minutes, go ahead and get there, and then go online. And yes, number three, absolutely, if you can, and if you're comfortable, we say it time and time again, multi-app. And that is, of course, having multiple apps opening at the same time. So Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, you can have as many open as you want, and especially during the dinner rush. Here's a big tip. So know your worth. And what does that really mean? Well, know the time that you're driving in. You're a very high value driver if you're driving during those rush times, because it's the rush time. They need as many drivers out as possible. So if you see a $5 order coming in and it's dinner rush and you only have an hour to maximize your time, you want to focus on those high value meals, those high value delivery requests. So go ahead and know your worth. You don't have to accept those small orders, especially during the busy time, and maybe you only have an hour. Maximize that time and feel confident waiting for those big orders, because they're gonna come. So finally, any good money-making hour comes down to preparation. So think about, you only have an hour and you're all excited, all of your apps are ready to go, and then your phone dies. Make sure before you start your shift, if you're leaving work and you can, make sure your phone is fully charged, you have your food hot and cold bags, and you're ready to go. Because the worst thing is you're using your app and you're using that GPS, right, on Uber Eats or DoorDash, and your phone dies. Hey guys, it's Matt. Well, I took over Your Driver Mike HQ to go over today's Power Hour earnings. So let's dive into the numbers and see how much I made and which app I made the most money on. So on this Power Hour shift, I was on DoorDash and Uber Eats. So on DoorDash, I made $21.75. I was active. That means I was not paused on DoorDash, active driving for 47 minutes. So in this Power Hour shift, I drove 3 trips again for DoorDash, and I averaged around $3 tip per trip. I made a total of $9 on each one of those 3 trips, again with DoorDash. So let's jump over to the other app that I was multi-apping with, Uber Eats. In the same Power Hour shift, I was active on Uber Eats 54 minutes, and I grossed $23.01. Again, in that same time, I did 2 deliveries. I did a total of $9.62 with tips, and that came to an average of $4.84 on tips for each one of those trips. So for this entire shift, I grossed between the two apps $44.76, and I did really good on miles, just a hair over 10 miles at 10.1 miles during this power hour shift. So we'll just keep the math easy, and that's $4.47 per mile on this 1 hour power hour shift. So again, it really doesn't matter how much time you have, it all adds up, guys, and it helps you reach your goals. So again, I was really happy to take over Your Driver Mike HQ. Again, this is Matt. Happy to be on the channel and happy that you joined. Make sure to check out the other videos, and we'll see you next time.